Right. Yeah. All right. All right. Thanks very much, Sling. Hey there, you guys. So I'm going to be the general evaluator today. Just giving feedback on the meeting overall. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our first and really our only evaluator for tonight, Noah. As far as what Noah's feedback is on Soren's speech. So take it from here, Noah.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's me, Noah, back again. Okay, I'm going to be evaluating Soren's speech. Soren, your organization for speech was very good. I feel like the topic was great as well. It was well researched and it was informative. And you mentioned, for example, goals of launching humans to Mars. And you inputted your opinion, which is great. Um, One thing I liked about it was how you made the point that space or learning about space will enhance our optimism for the future instead of us just, sitting with the fact that the world is going to burst into flames because of global warming or different beliefs. So I think that was really good. The only thing I would say to work on is you choked a little bit in your conclusion. But other than that, I think everything was pretty good. And I think you was off in your time a little bit. But other than that, I think everything was pretty good.
Thank you, Noah.
All right, that's me. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. Thanks very much for that, Noah. So at this time, like to bring both our odd counter Justin and our grammarian Courtney. So anyway, Justin, starting off with you as the odd counter, did we have any filler words for tonight? Do you think? Or?
Yeah, so I'm the all counter for today. I followed the chart on the website and just kind of went through people and tried to tally things down as I saw. So just giving specifics. Soren, you had 7 ahs and ums. You had 4 so's. You had 17 likes, which weren't really in your speech, actually. They were all in the table topic. It was interesting. I think about 13 of them were in the table topic. And then there were 2 buts, and then you repeated basically a few times. The Toastmaster had 12 uhs, 3 likes, and then 6 the word just, and then 1 your fillers. Trisha just had 6 uhs and 2 likes that I could count. And Tori, you had 7 uhs, 2 so's. So's are difficult, so I try to be generous with those. So 2 so's, or merciful, I should say, 2 1 and 1 like, which is really good. Scott, you had 1 so and 7 and so is a tricky one, so being merciful. No, yours was interesting. You had 2 2 likes, 2 just, 1 okay, and 5 us. And none of your us were until your speech, which was interesting. And Courtney, you're new, of course, and so we're still struggling with this, but Courtney, you had 13 uhs, 4 and 1 but yeah. So not too bad if you're new to everything. And Kimberly had 1 just 3 long pauses. And Lewis, you had 4 uhs. And I think that's about it. So hopefully that wasn't too much, but that's what I did. So thanks.
Great job.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was great, Justin. Thanks, man. All right, so we're gonna turn it over to Courtney right now, our grammarian, and so overall, for tonight, Courtney, how do you think everyone did grammar wise as far as in their speech? Do you think?
Yeah, there's some really great vocabulary words, I'd say, especially during Soren's speech. He used a lot of words I thought really kind of spruced up his presentation words like just sustainability and viability and colonization. And I like to cite some of his language, calling the atmosphere unforgiving, reality dystopian. I liked that one a lot. I don't know what cybernetic meant, but it sounded really good. And pessimism, that was a good one. Also in the table talks, I liked a lot of the grammar as well. It was pretty funny when you guys called Tarzan jacked and granola. That was pretty great. And then Trisha used compensate and minimal. Justin, I liked your version of volunteer, voluntold. I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah, there was a lot of good vocabulary words in there. Pertinent. Yeah, it was great. That's all I have.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good, Courtney. Thanks. All right. All right. And for my excuse me, guys. Sorry. All right. I'm good. All right. Anyway, so for my own general thoughts with the meeting overall, no, I think that you're. I think that the advice that you gave Soren was good. Was definitely constructive and definitely definitely good to point out what he did well in and what he can improve on. Other than that, nothing that I can recommend you could change on that. So overall, well done on that. All right, and Tori, when it came to the table topics, good question, good questions, and by the way, when it comes to the candy one, I will say, did anyone have sweet tart squeeze as a kid? If not, y'all were missing out. But other than that, though, good questions. I would even think about bringing them back to for the next table topics. Right. Right. And going on to our timer, Trisha. I think Trisha, you did well as you always do, as far as keeping everyone in time, especially making sure everyone knows in the chat box, right, especially around this online setting, making sure everyone knows whether they're under or overtime. So far, no improvements right there. So well done in that regard. Right. When it comes to our odd counter, Justin, I think you did. I think you're pretty sharp in pointing out everyone's filler words, especially the words that are difficult for anyone to shake off. So I mean, thanks for being generous with those men. So. Well, no, in a good way. So yeah, overall, good job right there. And Courtney, when it came to your job as a grammarian, I like that you're able to mention the phrases in people's speech that sounded good. The only recommendation I would make, though, is that if you are the grammarian again, you could also mention, say, the things that people could improve upon with their grammar. But I would say that's the only suggestion I have. So in conclusion, I think that everyone did well in their roles today, and I'm looking forward to the next meeting. Hopefully, you guys will be in the same roles again. So thanks. And with that, I'd like to introduce back to the floor our president, Slate.
Thank you, Scott. So, thank you for passing it back to Toastmaster of the day, which was me today. And with that in mind, that does conclude our meeting. So what we do now is I'll give a few closing remarks about what I just thought of in the meeting. I'll try my best not to overshadow the general evaluator's job of doing that. And then we'll go over 3 items we always go over at the end of the meeting, which is we call the votes. We, in that same action, call for the best table topic speaker and best evaluators, only doing one of those today. And we'll assign roles for the next meeting, and we'll let the guests have a chance to introduce themselves. So first, I think the meeting went pretty well. We've done this a couple times now as a club for online meetings. Every day we're getting better at it. There's a lot of things that go on in the online setting. Positioning your camera, getting used to the chat, joining in, making sure your lighting's all set. So I think we're really getting good with that. Then after that, I think, again, table topics was great. Just one recommendation, especially since we had only one speaker, I would definitely recommend having double the questions. We had about maybe 10, enough for everyone to go once, which was good. But since we're ending about 20 minutes short, I'd recommend in that scenario do at least 7 more or so. Other than that, really good. Soren, I was really happy to hear your speech. I think I already gave a quick quip right afterwards. And yeah, pretty good. One note on Grammarian, even though unfortunately no one said it the word of the day, you could still make note of that. You could just say, unfortunately no one said the word of the day, which I believe was bellwether. And real quick, Justin, like Scott already said, great job as all counter. I personally, you do have in a lot of these roles, have freedom and creative leeway in how you perform the role. But I personally do like hearing it where you see each individual filler word for each person. So that was awesome. All right, and moving on. Noah, who is our Sergeant at Arms now, do you have the best table topic speaker ready?
Yes, I have the vote set.
Awesome.
And drum roll,
Alright.
please. Best table topics is Slate. Good job.
Thank you. I was honestly not expecting that. All right. This was not rigged. I know I'm the president, but thank you guys for those votes. But yeah, I definitely want to catch up with Mr. Sally. But thank you for that, Noah. And so that reminds me some quick topics for that. Make sure also for guests, we'll make sure to get your contact info to join our GroupMe. I'll share a quick link to a site for some tips as a table topic speaker. But some of those just include, you can take a moment to gather your thoughts after being called on or picking the question and just give your best shot. It really is impromptu. You're building a mini speech basically on the spot. So it's tough, but you only get better with practice. So you keep coming to these meetings, keep doing it, and you'll get better. So just like any speech, you want to try and introduce sort of yourself, not yourself, but what you're going to talk about, make a couple points, and then end with a conclusion. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And then a couple more tips I'll share in that article. And all right, we'll go ahead and introduce the guest. And before we do that, I'll actually have the officers introduce themselves like we have the couple previous meetings. So officers, if you just say your name, go ahead and say your name, major and year, as well as what you do in your role. And then for our guest, you'll go after us. You could just say your name, major, and year as well, and then also what you thought of the meeting today. So I'll start off with the officers. My name is Slate Nations. I'm, as I said earlier, the president of UGA Toastmasters. And as president, I oversee the meeting, make sure everything flows smoothly, that we just assist anyone possible, pretty much. Any of the officers, I sometimes have to fill in for some of their roles. And yeah, Trisha, you can go next.
Hey everybody, I'm Trisha. For any guests who are here today, I'm the person you've been corresponding with over email. So to put a name to a face, yes, name to a face, there you go. So that's me. I used to also cover the SAA role, but now we've had a new officer come into the team, so grateful for that. And I just want to put this out there. I'm learning how to make pies over a grill. So if anyone has any experience with that, that's kind of random, I would love your input. Thanks. Popcorn Noah.
All right. So everything has been said. I guess that concludes our meeting for today. Or am I made it?
No, you're good, Noah.
Introducing yourself.
Yeah, you're good. We were introducing the officers real quick, just saying your name, perhaps your major and year and what you do in your role. And then we're going to introduce the guest, and then we'll conclude the meeting after signing.
Okay, sorry guys. All right, so my name is Noah Kuranga. I'm a third year MIS major. What else? I'm from Southeast Atlanta, Decatur, Georgia. And, you know, I look forward to meeting everyone. I love this club. This is my favorite club, not gonna lie. And it's just a great way to, you know, sharpen up your public speaking skills and just become a more confident speaker. And I think it's very relevant to today's world, and since communication is one of these, in fact, the most important thing, I think. And so, yes, nice to see all the new members, and see you guys soon. Let's see. Am I the last person to speak, or who's next?
Now
You
we
can popcorn
still got
someone else.
Soren.
Okay. Who hasn't went? Soren, have you?
Yeah, I haven't gone. So I
Okay,
guess.
popcorn Soren.
Okay, so I'm Soren. I'm gonna be going into second year. I'm a CS major, and I'm the secretary. So I'm in charge of video recording stuff and putting it on YouTube. So check out our YouTube channel, guys, and subscribe and like the videos. But that's about it. Next person, popcorn Scott.
Okay. Okay. Hey guys, my name is Scott. My name's Scott Alexander. I'm a senior accounting student here at UGA, and my role at Toastmasters is being the club's treasurer. So what that means is we'll especially if we're fortunate to get back onto campus this fall, I'll be in charge of, say, working with some local restaurants around campus about bringing food to our meetings we have each week. So pleasure to know all of our guests, and if y'all want to speak later on, let me know, and I'll pass it on to Tori then.
All right, cool. So I'm Tori. I'm the VP of PR, and that's pretty much running all the social media like Facebook. Soren got the YouTube, but if you want to check it out, there is. Oh wait, I guess there's not one clicking the thing. But if you have any questions or anything like that, just DM the Instagram, and I'll respond pretty quick. I'm also a senior, and I'm a marketing major. So that's pretty much in a nutshell. So I'll go ahead and pass it back to Slate.
All right, thank you, Tori. So those are our current 6 officers. We are still, if you see on our agenda, which is posted in the group me for today's meeting, we are still missing a VP of Education. So we're hoping to fulfill that as the year goes on. So if you have an interest, you can message any one of us. On that note, if you have any Toastmaster or just any question in general, you can message me or any of the officers that just spoke up. And yeah, also we were like shouting out our YouTube and social media. Those are also listed on our agenda as well. On the left side, right above our mission statement, I believe all of them are some form of UGA Toastmasters. Definitely follow our Instagram. We'll post on there pretty regularly. And with that said, we'll introduce our guests. They can talk for themselves. Again, it's just your name, major, year, and what you thought about the meeting today. So we'll start out with Lewis.
Hey, I'm Lewis. My major is psychology, and I'm a senior.
What do you think about the meeting today?
Oh, I liked it. I think I have a lot of room to grow, but I liked it.
Awesome. All right. Courtney, you can go next. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Courtney Scott. So I will be beginning at UGA for the first time in the fall. I'll be studying my Doctor of Philosophy in Natural Resource Management and Sustainability. And yeah, I thought it was great. I'm really excited. My dad recommended me give this a try just to work on my public speaking skills because I've struggled in the past and still struggling. But it seems great. It seems like a great way to improve speaking skills. So I'm really excited to be a part of this. So thanks, guys.
Awesome. Yeah, that's just really great to hear. Yeah, I'm glad you guys both enjoyed it. That note. And real quick, do you say you're doing your doctorate program? Did I hear that right?
Mhm.
Okay, that's awesome. What were you doing it under again?
Natural resource management and sustainability at Warnell.
Cool. That
Mhm.
is awesome. Yeah, all grades are definitely welcome here, as well as anyone really. It's Toastmasters. On that note, before I forget, for our guest, and if you don't think we have your information for some reason, you guys could go ahead and put in the chat, and we'll save it for ourselves. Your name, major, year, and contact info, just your phone number and email. If we don't, we may already have that, but if you don't mind, if our guest could do that, and we'll add you to the group me, if that's okay with you. That's where we post the majority of our info right now. You could do that private to me if that's a problem.
And Kimberly, if you wanted to introduce yourself to,
Oh, she already did.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're good, Tori. But that concludes our meeting. And unless I'm missing anything, what we do at the end of each meeting as well is assign roles like we had on our agenda for the following Monday. And as a reminder, I don't think I mentioned at this meeting, we are holding these online meetings every Monday for all of summer, and we'll go back to in-person meetings, most likely in the MLC building on campus during the same time, Mondays every week. We'll probably not have it the first week of class. But yes, so I'm going to pull up our role sign-up sheet, which is a Google Sheets, which the link is available and anyone can edit. For example, if you wanted to fulfill a speaking role a week or two in advance. So give me just a moment, I'll screen share that. Noah, can you give me screen sharing privileges?
Sure. Let's see. Okay, you should have it.
All right, thanks. Alrighty, should be sharing my screen. So as I said, this is just a Google Sheets that anyone that has the link can edit. So we have that shared in our group me bio. So for example, here was, if I scroll up just a bit, this was today's meeting. We had me as a Toastmaster, Tori as a table topics. So we'll just go down the roll and fill it up. And first off, the roles Toastmaster, table topics, general evaluator, and evaluators. You have to be a paid member of Toastmasters, which I highly encourage everyone to become. But all the three of the reporter roles and your first speech, you can do as a guest. And as always, like I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions about any roles, about doing a speech, you can message me or any of the other officers. So we'll just start going down the list. Would anyone like to be Toastmaster for next month?
I can be the Toastmaster for next week.
All right, Trisha, put you down. And the Toastmaster, again, is what I did today. You just lead the meeting, you are the MC of the meeting, make sure it flows smoothly. You are also responsible for reminding everyone that signs up today during the next weekend that they have that role for Monday. Next, we have Table Topics Master. And this again was what Tori did today. She comes up with the theme of the meeting as well as all the prompts or questions for the Table Topics section. Would anyone like to be the Table Topics Master for next meeting? Was that Scott? Or did I see someone else? All right, Scott. Awesome. And then, very important part, would anyone like to give a speech next week? Anyone is welcome to.
I could do the icebreaker, maybe.
Yeah, Justin, that would be your first speech, the icebreaker speech.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, that is awesome. Put you down. You'll be speaker number 1. And yeah, if you have any questions about that, just let us know. For your icebreaker speech, it is only 4 to 6 minutes compared to the regular 5 to 7, and it can be on any topic. But as the name suggests, icebreaker, just talk about yourself. It's probably the most easy. And would anyone else like to give a speech? Any guests want to jump right into it and give it a shot? Like I just mentioned, your first speech is usually an icebreaker. and you just talk about yourself or any other topic that interests you.
I'll give it a try. Yeah.
Awesome. Put down Courtney. Let me see if I can spell your name right. Courtney.
Right, yeah.
All right. Anyone else speak up if you want to give a speech? I'll move on.
I would like to.
Who was that? Was that Lewis?
Lewis.
Awesome. We have 3 icebreakers. This is going to be pretty fun, actually. So again, if you didn't catch that, it's just a 4 to 6 minute speech. It's an icebreaker speech, so you can do it about yourself as an introduction speech or some other topic. And yeah, you can come to any of us if you have any other questions. And for general evaluator, who would like to be that? We got Soren. I think you could
I can be the general evaluator.
Awesome. Noah, did you have any particular role you wanted to do today? I mean, not today, next week, Monday.
Let's see.
Probably
I don't want to.
evaluator would be best again, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If we need more people, I can also be another evaluator.
Is that Soren talking?
Yeah, like I can be a second evaluator as well.
Gotcha. All right, let me look what we got here. So I'll probably be an evaluator myself. And you can request if you wanted a particular person to be your evaluator. That's totally fine.
You can put me as actually, will you put me up as a backup? Because I'm not sure. I'm going to be traveling that day, so I might be able to just in the nick of time.
All right, yeah. So you want to say backup evaluator?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Tori, be your backup evaluator. And I think, am I missing anyone in today's meeting? All right, it's looking pretty full. So I think all we'll need to do is
Did you miss Kimberly?
Yeah, Kimberly. Do you think you'll be able to join us?
My bad, I knew I was forgetting something. Kimberly,
No.
do you know if you'll be here next week? Would you like a role? You could do...
Most of the times I do work until 5, so
okay.
It's very rare I finish before that. So I
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't want to, commit.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. You don't have to commit to a role. You can always make sure you not stop at the meeting, but you can always join the meeting, especially in the online format. Still tune in, of course. But that's good to know. All right, I think that's it. We'll try and find some reporter roles, and
It might have to be like a bellwether moment where the Toastmaster of the day takes over all 3 reporter roles.
that sounds like a lot, but
We'll see.
word
We'll
of the
see.
day.
We'll deal with it.
No, yes, that's a Toastmaster wears many hats and might have to double up on roles and fulfill them. But
I mean, would it be too stressful? I mean, I think it'd be okay, but do you think I could do Grammarian?
if that's fine with you,
Yeah, that's okay. I just can't remember my own speech, but I can.
We'll go ahead and put you down for right now.
In the case where, like, if you're a speaker or doing another role and you're also serving an additional role, I think that's where the Toastmaster can kind of like go in. So Justin, when you give your speech, I'll briefly take over Grammarian role and then adding on to your report. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so normally we would want a speaker to only not worry about, but focus on his or her speech. But yeah, if that's fine with you, you could do Grammarian for when you're not speaking. I think that finishes it. So I will stop sharing my screen. We'll find some other reporter roles, and we've got Soren as backup evaluator if we don't find another one. I'll stop sharing my screen, and that should conclude our meeting. I'll pass it off to Noah just in a second to officially close it out, and we'll stop our recording. As mentioned, we do record our meetings both in person and online for the benefit of our own speakers, so you can go back and rewatch either yourself speaking or also look at your evaluator for that day and see what they had to say, or if you just want to get a feel for how an in-person meeting normally looks, since we are doing this online setting now, there are definitely multiple videos, and they're on our YouTube, and they're split up into playlists into the 3 sections, just like how our meeting was held today. And yeah, you can stick around afterwards if you have any other questions, but that'll do it. I'll introduce to the stage Noah, close out the meeting.
All right, nice to meet everyone. Thank you for coming, and our meeting is officially adjourned.